1. Solomon's request for wisdom. When Solomon became king, he was young and recognized his need for guidance. In a dream, God appeared to him at Gibeon and offered to grant him anything he desired. Solomon asked for wisdom to govern his people effectively, saying, "Give your servant a discerning heart to govern your people and to distinguish between right and wrong." He didn't ask for riches, a long life, or the defeat of his enemies. He sought the understanding to be a fair and wise leader. God was pleased with Solomon's request and granted him a wise and discerning heart. God promised Solomon unparalleled wisdom, as well as riches and honor, saying, "I will give you a wise and discerning heart, so that there will never have been anyone like you, nor will there ever be." 1. Biblical account. In the Hebrew Bible, specifically in 1 Kings 10 and 2 Chronicles 9, the Queen of Sheba hears of Solomon's great wisdom and travels from her distant land, likely around present-day Ethiopia or Yemen, to test him. She arrives with a grand caravan loaded with gifts, including spices, gold, and precious stones. She poses challenging questions to Solomon, who answers all with remarkable insight. After witnessing the magnificence of Solomon's court, the queen praises his wisdom and the prosperity of his people, then bestows gifts upon him. Solomon, in return, grants her all she desired. She then returns to her homeland, deeply impressed by what she experienced. 2. Islamic tradition. In Islamic tradition, the Queen of Sheba is known as Bilqis. Her story is found in the Quran, specifically in Surah An-Naml, chapter of the Ant, where Prophet Solomon, Suleiman, is introduced as a ruler blessed with both wisdom and the ability to communicate with animals. Solomon learns about Bilqis through a hoopoe bird, which tells him of her powerful kingdom and her people's worship of the sun. Solomon sends her a message, inviting her to worship Allah. When she visits Solomon's palace, a series of marvels, including a glass floor that she mistakes for water, convince her of Solomon's wisdom and the power of Allah. In awe, Bilqis embraces monotheism and submits to the worship of Allah. 3. Ethiopian tradition. In Ethiopia, the story of the Queen of Sheba is central to the country's cultural heritage. The Kebra Nagast, Glory of Kings, a 14th century Ethiopian epic, expands on the tale, naming her Makeda. According to this account, Queen Makeda visits Solomon after hearing of his wisdom. They form a close relationship, which results in the birth of a son, Menelik I. Later, Menelik travels to Jerusalem and returns to Ethiopia with the Ark of the Covenant. He becomes the founder of the Solomonic dynasty, believed to rule Ethiopia for centuries. 4. Historical context. Scholars suggest that the Queen of Sheba might be based on a real historical figure from the Sabaean Kingdom in southern Arabia, present-day Yemen, or ancient Ethiopia, regions known for their wealth and trade in spices and other goods. The story reflects the historical trade routes and cultural exchanges between the kingdoms of Israel, Arabia, and Africa. Symbolism and influence. The story of Solomon and Sheba has inspired art, literature, and folklore across the world. It represents the values of wisdom, the quest for knowledge, and the exchange of cultural riches. The Queen of Sheba herself is often portrayed as a symbol of female strength, intelligence, and independence, while Solomon embodies the ideal of a wise ruler who attracts people from distant lands seeking enlightenment. This rich narrative highlights the timeless appeal of wisdom, understanding, and the pursuit of truth, transcending borders and blending cultures in a shared human heritage.